Hello everyone, good morning. So my name is Glenn Angel Dangalan and today I'll be discussing to you the Duterte's war on drugs during 2016. So let us first find out who exactly is Roa Rodrigo Duterte. So for our introduction, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, KGCR, also known as Digong, Rodi, and by the initials Duterte and PRRD, is a Filipino lawyer and politician who served as the 16th President of the Philippines from 2016 to 2022. He is a chair of PDP Laban, the ruling political party in the Philippines during his presidency. And aside from being the 16th President of the Philippines, Rodrigo Roa Duterte also the mayor of Davao before he became the President of the Philippines. Moving on. So for the context and background, since the beginning, President of the Philippines, since becoming the President of the Philippines in June 2016, Rodrigo has launched a war on drugs that has resulted in the extrajudicial deaths of the thousands of alleged drug dealers and users across the country. The Philippine President sees the drug dealings and addiction as a major obstacle to the Philippines' economic and social progress. Says by John Gershman, an expert on the Philippine politics, the drug war was a cornerstone of the Duterte's domestic policy and represent the extension of the policies it implemented earlier in his political career as a mayor of Davao City. So during Duterte's presidency campaign, he already showed his hatred towards the drugs and the drug users. So after he wins the presidency, Duterte implemented the war on drugs here in the Philippines causes a lot of questions on the mind of many Filipinos. Like how is he going to do that, knowing that drug is a number one problem here in the Philippines? After implementing the war on drugs, which gives police a lot of power to kill and arrest individual who is suspected to be an addict or a drug user, which is concerns to the public because not only police is arresting the wrong person, they are also killing innocent people for the sake of eradicating the drugs or for causing victims to fight for accusing the victims to fight back during their arrest because of being caught in drug selling or being on the watch list. So here are some of the well-known events during that time. So for the causes of the events, the Philippine National Police or PNP is responsible for many executions and is accused of planting drugs and even drugs and guns and evidence next to the suspect who have been executed. So during that time, so some well-known events happened during that time is that dead bodies have been spotted at the bushes or even a dark alleys wrapped around in a plastic or any tape, or some dead bodies even have a caratola or a signage indicating that the person they found is a drug user or a pusher. And then beside the body, Filipino people or witnesses or other police have seen or suspected to have planted guns or even sachet of drugs to make the evidence stronger that the body they caught or killed is a addict. So one of the well-known accident that happened during that time is when a teenager has been killed by the police, accusing that the person who have been killed is fought back to the police because he is being accused of being an addict, causing the police to kill him. And after the family know that what happened, we strongly disagree that the person that they killed, that the police killed, is not an addict, and they just planted the guns and sachet of drugs for them to say that the person they killed is an addict. So aside from that, so a report by the Amnesty International highlighted that the economy of murderer that has been established as a result of cash rewards, so paid out by every dead bodies and incentivizing police to kill individual who were mostly poor and often defenseless. So ayun na nga. So mostly na mga victims here during that times of war on drug are mostly poor or don't have the power to fight back against those who are in higher ups, especially the one living in the slums or in the squatter area. So mostly most of the news have been there that dead bodies were found that have been accused of being an addict or a pusher. So yeah, so the police, once they killed a addict, supposed to be addict, the police who have been killed, who killed the person or who arrested the person, give the chance or have the chance to get a cash rewards or get an incentives for the president itself. That's for us. So for the relevance to the present, I think as a Filipino, I think that the war on drug of the 30 in his presidency during 2015 up until 2022 still has effects on the current affairs of the Philippines, because in my own point of view, the 30s haven't really eradicated drugs here on the Philippines completely, and the innocent lives that have been lost during that time have not received the proper justice they deserve. So my thoughts on these discussions, so on this matter, is that it is really upsetting that police that is supposed to protect its country is the one who's killing innocent lives. I know that drug is bad and not good for the country, but to go as far as to kill those people, even people who is not an addict or is innocent, have been killed. And as I say, up until now, up until this day, those people who have been killed, those innocent lives who have been killed, just like the teenager that's been killed by the police, still haven't received the justice they deserve up until this day. So yeah, that's for today's discussion, and thank you for listening.